Hola, hola, buenas mi gentes. Yes, today I have a special video talking about raising your aura. I'm sorry if you hear my birds in the background. They sometimes could get a little chatty, okay? But I hope y'all doing good, doing great. Take care of yourselves every fucking day, y'all, okay? I do have to water my garden. That was just so random, but I gotta water my garden. I do have to take care of it. But let's get straight into it. I have my notes and everything, so I'm just staying aligned, claro. But yes, what is an aura? It's an energy field radiating off of your body. This energy field is made up of colors that align with your mood, personality, and values. The concept of the aura colors connects to the 7 chakras. And the colors of auras, it's the main 7 chakras. Those are the main colors of an aura. But I think there's about like 12 colors in total of different aura colors. But yes, they do correlate with the 7 chakras though. And the energy runs along our spine through these chakras. Chakras connect our physical body and energetic / spiritual body. And this was said by Marina Costina, is a doctor in philosophy in the Chicago area, actually, which is pretty cool. Shout out Chicago. But this is why our spines are so crucial to the body. Yes, our whole body is crucial to take care of, claro. You know, our temple, our bones, but the spinal cord is truly one of the most vital bones, vertebrae in our body, because it connects throughout our whole entire body to our brains, down to pelvis, our stomachs, our rib cages, a lot of parts in our bodies. It's very vital, and this is why we have to be thankful for our spines and properly take care of it. You know, having good posture and, you know, strengthening it and also being careful with it, because it sends nerve signals. You know, that's the main function. It's sending messages throughout our body, our nerves, and it helps with proper neurological functioning as well with our brains and how we think and how we move. It is very vital to take care of our spinal cords. You know, be thankful that you have a spine, a proper spine. You know, even if you have a little twist in it, whatever. Nah, but be thankful for it. That is what I have to say, and take care of it, because it is so vital with how our bodies function, and it connects to our 7 chakras as well. It's more than just physical, it's with spiritualism as well. Your chakras must be opened and balanced in order for our energy to run smoothly. Our individual glow has color. Color is energy vibrating in different frequencies. Internal energy interacts with the external in your surroundings. This creates an aura. Our aura is specialized like a fingerprint. No one has the exact same auras. You know, when you meet different people, you know, you get a certain vibe, a certain aura to them. You know, some people you really don't connect with, and then there's other people that you do connect with and feel resonate with your aura as well. And knowing your aura can be very beneficial. It can give you a greater understanding of self, bringing self-awareness emotionally and physically. It is muy importante to be emotionally intelligent. You know, knowing if you are feeling a little down, if you're feeling more happier, or if you're just feeling neutral. It's important to know how you are feeling, also physically as well. How is your arms feeling, you know? How are your legs? How is your brain, your spinal cord? How is your body physically and mentally, spiritually feeling? And that all correlates with your aura. Learning your aura is great for guidance. It can help you ensure you're on the right life path. No, it shouldn't limit you to be like, okay, my aura is this, so I have to be like this. No, it's not like that. Just because you feel dark or in a bad space doesn't mean you have, wait, my bad. Doesn't mean your truth is gone and, you know, you're just unaware of yourself. It means you have some cleansing and clearing to do, lessons to learn, actually tuning in and learning yourself. Knowing your aura can bring you comfort, knowing that you are living in your true colors, no matter what phase in your life you are in. So, how do you get to know your aura? There are many practices in order to see or feel your aura. My favorite is to actually get in tune with yourself. What do you truly feel your OG, your original aura is? You know, I feel we all have an original aura. Our main color. You know, we also have different, it's called like the outer band colors, but we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But what do you feel is your main color, your main aura? And of course, throughout the life, days, weeks, our emotions and state of beings fluctuate. We're always going through little shifts in our daily lives, and you know, things happen, and that is okay. At times fluctuate at times, but we still always carry our main aura. That does not change. And then our outer band auras fluctuate. What we are currently experiencing, those colors, you know, change. Maybe something happened, family life, work life, personal lives, love life, you know, little things happen, and that changes your mood, your aura, what you are currently experiencing. But that shouldn't change who you truly are, your original aura. But of course, life happens, but we have to stay balanced no matter what lessons we need to learn. But some days we're gonna feel more blue. Some days we're gonna feel more green. Some days we're gonna feel brown. You know what I mean? But it's all about realizing and balancing at the end of the day and understanding. That is my personal favorite, is just have a understanding of self. You know, some people, they can see auras, and there's also like aura photography, which requires special equipment and all of that. You could seek a spiritual advisor, or there's also like little things you can do for yourself. Like, I know, like video recording behind like a white wall or something like that. I've never tried that or anything, so I don't know how accurate that is. But if you want to give it a go, let me know how it goes. Does it work? I don't know. But there's those things, but I feel the best way is to do your own research. Research on auras and the different colors and how to read them and the different meanings so you can intuitively understand your own self and also feel other auras. You know, they do say that that is a lot easier for people to feel people's vibes, you know, their auras and their emotions, you know. But that is my personal favorite, is just tuning in to yourself and what you truly feel and then doing your own research on auras. So, how to raise and change your aura for the better. First things first, meditating can be very beneficial. Be still and sit with yourself. Meditation can truly help with like diabetes, health concerns, stress levels, just being out in nature, sitting still, walking in nature, any form of meditation where you're able to rest your mind and take a deep breath, you know, truly just being able to kind of let things go and intake the day as well. You know, sometimes we have busy lives and we're always on the move, or we're always just doing something. We're busy with work and all of that, and then, you know, we don't want to be bored. You know, we always want to do something, be stimulated in a way, and we don't get a time to actually and think about the conversations you've had and think about how you've interacted, you know, throughout the week and how you emotionally felt, you know. And that's where drainage, you know, drainage of our energy comes in, because we're not intaking and sitting still with ourselves and really thinking and being able to let energy go that has came in our auras, in our energy fields. That's why meditation can be vital and beneficial. And of course, be in nature as well, getting some sun, getting some moon, you know what I mean? Feeling the breeze, the trees, all of that. Also, prioritizing a healthier lifestyle, paying attention to your diet and moving the body and getting proper sleep, letting go of addictions, honoring your temple. And this is something, a healthier lifestyle is something that doesn't just happen overnight. We have to understand that, you know. We don't grow up learning how to be healthy. We just don't. You know, it actually takes time to shift your lifestyle. It's taken time for me, truly. I've been working on my eating habits since high school, since beginning of high school. My freshman year, I remember that's when I was taking it a little more seriously and trying to learn how to cook for myself and all of that. And, you know, I was still stuck in bad habits. I was still eating bad foods, but I was trying, and it led me to where I am currently in the mindset I have gained. It just takes time. And sometimes, you know, when you keep practicing and trying and going through these cycles, you know, one day you're going to wake up and it's going to feel like it's been overnight. You know, sometimes it kind of just clicks and you're just like, wow, I'm a different person, you know. But it actually took years of work, you know, and letting go of addictions too. I had my own addictions, you know, my own bad habits, but I never gave up. You know, yes, it was hard to give up certain addictions, but one day you just grow out of it. We have to learn to grow up. That's just what life is about, you know? And a lot of us get we grow in age, but we don't grow mentally. You see a lot of elderly people, older people, they still have that high school mindset, that childhood mindset, but they're 40. We have to grow and gain wisdom. And that just is with, trying shit out, trying to better your lifestyle. And it takes time. It does. And it's okay if you still, I know in my videos I express, oh, fast food, like it's bad, McDonald's. Let me stop with them. But, but it takes time. It truly does, because I've been at that, point of my life before, and it truly does get better. And it's hard to better yourself. It is. But you will reap the benefits, and it truly gets easier. I will say, you just have to actually have self-respect and to realize that you have to honor your temple and know what you are allowing in your temple as well. And how do you feel when you allow certain things in your energy fields, in your body? How do you feel? You have to get in tune. How does it make you feel? How does certain people make you feel? You have to pay attention. And exercising, moving the body. Exercising comes in many different forms. You don't have to be a gym girly, a gym boy, whatever. You don't have to be hardcore. There's so many forms of movement in life. You can go on a walk every day, a run, a jog, yoga, stretching. Maybe you love to play sports, swimming. There's just so many. There's so many activities out here. We have to move the body. We have to take care of our body. And that is how you can truly let things go. Sweating out bad energy and just kind of, taking out a little bit anger that you have. We all have emotions, y'all, but we have to learn how to let go of certain emotions to clear our aura, our energy. And also creating a more positive surrounding. A lot of us, we get held down by people we've been used to. We want to please them because they've always been there all your life, but yet they talk down or they want you to be a certain way and you don't feel aligned in their ways. We have to realize who we are, what we feel aligned to. You have to get comfortable in your truth and knowing your truth. And you have to realize you cannot live for other beings because it's just not going to work out. You're going to stay here. You're never going to raise your vibrations and your lifestyle, conforming to what people tell you to be. How are you a grown-ass motherfucker and you still listening to people and taking their advice? We have to grow our minds so we can know what's good for us. You shouldn't be damn near 35 and still listening to other people's input that doesn't even concern you or even align to you. There's nothing wrong with listening to opinions, but actually taking it to heart and following and abiding their opinions to be true is crazy. We have to learn how to have self-awareness and how to intuitively understand what aligns with us. Also, setting intentions and becoming a visionary. How do you envision yourself? What kind of life do you want? How am I trying to say this? Oh my goodness. But do you want a family? Do you want kids? Do you want a wife, a husband? You know, what kind of lifestyle do you seek for? Or do you want to be single with no kids? Maybe you want to just own a business or work at a certain job. What do you envision yourself? You know, maybe you want to grow to help your communities. Maybe you want to start your own garden and do a whole bunch of community work, voluntary work, whatever. How do you envision yourself to be authentically, you know? And setting those intentions to be that. How are you going to get there? How are you going to raise your vibration and your aura? You know, you have to learn how to become a visionary. How do you envision your future, your life? You know, now, how do you envision it? All in all, if you feel truly stuck or lost, seek professional guidance. Sometimes for people, it's hard to do things on their own, and that is okay. That's why we have professionals. That's why we have other human beings to help us. You know, especially with the human beings that know their purpose and serve their purpose. Not all human beings are bad, y'all, and not all industries are bad. You know, when it comes to all these different industries, there's a good and bad side, but it's all about your intentions and, you know, who you are seeking guidance from. There's good people out here who want to help you become healthier and more vibrant and full of life. You know, maybe you feel like you need some form of therapy. Find a good therapist. Maybe you feel like you need a spiritual advisor. Find a good spiritual advisor, okay, y'all? There's evil out here too, even in the spiritual communities. Or if you feel like it's hard to exercise and stay on track and eating healthy, go find, you know, somebody who professionalizes in health, and a personal trainer, you know, to set you up a little schedule and all of that. You know, if you are able to afford that and you need help with that, seek guidance. There are people out here to help you, and you don't have to do everything on your own. But if you feel like you are capable and strong-willed to take care of your shit, you do that, okay, y'all? It's possible out here. But whatever aligns to you. There's so many different auras. There's so many different personalities and beings and different life paths. We all need different things from different people, you know? And that's why this world is fulfilled with human beings, because we all have an energy exchange. It just depends what surrounding an environment are you seeking for. You know, if you are in a dark energy and you seek other dark energies, what do you expect you are going to get, you know? What are your values, your morals in life? You know, that all correlates to your aura and how you take care of yourselves. But I want to keep this short and simple. I've been wanting to talk about auras and all of that. You definitely have to do your own little research, Claro. That's with everything. You got to do some work. You have to. And if you want to get better and shift and convert your current energy to something more beneficial, you have to put in work. And that's just how energy works. Truly. And find the guidance, you know, and follow your life path and learn your life. Learn who you truly feel you are. Learn your colors. Learn your emotions. Truly, it's important. That is a form of knowledge and wisdom that is personalized to you. Nobody else can truly, no other human being can truly tell you what your life is. No family member, no bloodline, no friend, no whatever can tell you. That comes innerly knowing, that comes straight from the source, authentically. But I hope you enjoyed this little video, and yeah, get to know yourself, get in tuned with yourself, and yeah, take care.